Hey guys, how's it going? Now, I know I said I was going to do like a load more updates and stuff for the E36, and it's been a week basically since my last video. And the reason behind that is I just haven't been working on it. The whole non-start thing's really sort of been not getting to me, but I just sort of like, I'm going to take a few days off from it. It's more like 5 days. I've sort of done a few things with it. As you can see, it's just sitting like this. My next port of call, like I've tried loads of things. I'm just going to try and see, because it could just be the battery. No, I tried like the battery at the compact. I don't know. I'm going to buy a new battery for it and probably a new start motor. Although I managed to get the like cog spinning. Either way, that doesn't matter at the moment because we're going to be looking at the bodywork, right? So as you can see, I always had it half primered. I'm going to be priming the rest today. I've just blown it off with the airline, so it's quite, I don't know, I don't think, you can't even see it. It's quite dusty in here. So what I need to do is just mask this stuff off. I'm going to give it a bit of like a wipe down, panel wipe. Don't mind that. I've got all paint stripper on the window. But yeah, so I'm not, as you can see, I haven't put all the rivets in because I'm still not sure. I haven't got my wheels yet. I'm picking my wheels up tomorrow so we can see what they're like. But either way, I'm not riveting yet because I might need to somehow widen these a bit similar to what I done on the fronts with the over fenders. I actually got some blocks of metal up under here to make these a little bit wider. So I might end up doing that on the back. Who knows? But yeah, it's all pretty much prepped. Actually, there's a little bits I just need to sand over. Yeah, then it just needs a good panel wipe and masking up, and I can get some primer on it, and I might be able to paint it at some point. So I've sanded the rest of the car down, and I'm just using some of this panel wipe. It's like a slow degreaser. Not overly needed on like the primer stage, but I like to use it anyway because it can help show you, like, once it's all cleaned off down the sides, just waiting for it to dry, it will show you like bits you've missed as well. So like the paint comes up shiny. And I also like to use it for like cleaning up bits. Might not work on there because that's all like dried up paint stripper and thinners there with paint in it. But yeah, it cleans up the edges that you want to like mask. Right, so now it's all degreased and cleaned. I've started masking it up. Now, stupidly, I've got 3 rolls of this that I ordered. It's a little bit too thin, so I'm just sort of having to double up with it a bit, as you can see here. I want to stick a bit of masking paper in here, and what I've done is, so that it can stick a bit better, I've actually done a piece of tape facing inwards either side. Well, so the one behind me facing outwards, but basically so they're touching and stuck together. I'm then going to get like another bit of tape and then just stick it so it's overhanging here. Roughly cut my masking paper out to shape, and hopefully it'll fit. Right, so it's all masked up. Even, you know, the little, there it is, door lock on the boot and down the handles. Don't worry about that. Just over here, yeah, it's not the greatest masking in the world, but it will do. So let's go mix up some primer. Right, so that's just about mixed up. I'm going to let it sit for a bit and then give it another mix up in a second. I'm not going to add any finish to it. But what I need to do now is I really need to tidy up my shed again. I'm going to grab this gun. Basically, I just buy like 30 quid guns off eBay. And they work okay. But when I actually come to the paint, I've borrowed my mate's Sartor 4000. Austin. Got a sick chaser, check him out. Also does like a load of fabrication stuff. But yeah, so I have got a new air filter for that somewhere. Right, here it is. As you can see, I've got a massive mess in here. There's some new wheels I've got, same as the other ones. This is kind of what my candy paint's going to look like. So, you know, sheesh, and all of that. But yeah, so let's put this bad boy on. Right, new filter's on. I've just given that a stir. Let's grab a strainer. Try and stand this up somehow. Oh, I don't need to show you how to pour paint into a cup. Right, gun's all set up. Just tested the fan on there. I feel like maybe I should have thinned that down, or maybe I need a bigger nozzle on this. I mean, it is a 1.4, I don't know. I can't really film me doing this, but anyway, I'm going to do like a little grab coat. So it's not going to have much going on. It's just sort of going to look like that. And that's going to help the rest of the primer stick to it when you do, like, when you start going on heavier. Maybe I can put it down. Right, guys, so I have, sorry, gets quite hard to breathe wearing that mask for a bit. I have just finished primering. So I've done about 3 coats on it. That's not including that first grab coat you saw. As you can see, it's a little bit wet. I don't know if you saw, there's still a few little marks in the paint. Not in the paint, but in the car. Like, there's bits where I was trying to sand down for ages, getting all smooth, and then I was starting, there's bits on the roof and that. And I was just like, oh, do you know what? It's a drift car. Like, it's still going to look nice, and it's probably going to get smashed up. And I think I'm going to change the boot at some point anyway, because I'm a little bit bored of this ducktail spoiler. I don't like how many rivets there are in it and stuff. But yeah, so that's all done. So yeah, I've done 3 coats, 4 technically. And I actually, on the last coat, well no, the second to last coat, was like, trying to say, basically I mixed up the rest of what was in the pot. So I have 2, I'm sorry, it's a lot of thinners, I think. I had 2 pots of primer. One had already been partially used, and that was what I used on the first cup of paint. And then there was a little bit left over, and to sort of get the rest out of the pot, I just chucked a little bit of thinners in there, and then threw that in and mixed it all up, and it came out really nicely. So I decided to add sort of like 10-15% thinners into the final one that I'd done. Yeah, and it flowed out of the gun a lot nicer. Yeah, it's starting to go off quite quick, which is nice. One of those good things about the accelerator, I think the primer just goes off as it is anyway, because, you know, we're doing this outside and stuff, technically. But yeah, that's the car pretty much on the primer. Obviously, I'll just need to, once it's gone off, guide coat it. And then I'm going to block it down. Hopefully, I bought a sanding block. I just walked into it and you can't even see it. I think it's, oh, there's a little bit of mud. We'll sand it out, don't worry. But yeah, my hoodie just brushed past me, that's fine. So I bought like a nice foam sanding block, and I've got like the something sanding discs, which are like more of a metal mesh. Shouldn't clog up so nice. Because on the primer, we need to block it down. Because I'm not using that little shitty electric McAllister DA I've got. Also, I don't think you're really supposed to DA stuff. Like after primer, really. So yeah, I'm going to block it down. But that's the video done for today. I'm actually going to pick my wheels up tomorrow, so I'll do a little video on that. But as for today, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow, I guess.